Do you feel really different from others? In a previous video, we discussed 10 signs you might be on the autism spectrum. Thanks to your kind comments and encouragement, we're diving deeper and exploring other aspects of the spectrum. Since the 1940s, autism research has been traditionally based on male cases, which severely limited society's general understanding of autism and how it alternatively affects females. Recent evidence and research into autism have shown that the typical traits showcased in female cases can be substantially different from male cases. As a result, girls and women with autism are often systemically undiagnosed and misunderstood when they don't fit the traditional criteria used to diagnose autism. Thankfully, researchers today are taking steps to better understand the female side of the autism spectrum. In this video, we will present 5 signs of autism in girls and women, written by Psych2Go's autistic specialist writers Brian Cham and Brandy Ortiz. This is a disclaimer that this video is for informative purposes only, and it's not intended to diagnose any condition. Please reach out to a qualified professional if you want to explore the possibility of an autism diagnosis. Number 1, you may find it difficult to maintain long-term friendships. Girls and women with autism often have issues with social interactions that are not as obvious to an outside observer. Compared to the average male counterpart, girls and women might be better able to convincingly mimic eye contact, tone of voice, facial expressions, and other conversational norms. This kind of masking can help you fit in, but it also hides your inner struggles and only works in short bursts. In most cases, maintaining a long-term friendship is more complex and involves constant attention, support, conflict resolution, and emotional understanding. Have you found that all your social interactions flow smoothly, but you somehow have no friends? And if you do make friends, do they suddenly leave you, ghost you, or turn on you for reasons you can't understand? When conflicts arise, are you confused about why they happened and what to do about them? If you are fine with short-term interactions but can't seem to maintain long-term relationships, you might be on the autism spectrum. Number 2, you have very intense interests. Girls and women with autism tend to have special interests that are harder to distinguish than in autistic males. These interests are often more mainstream, less restricted, and expressed in more socially acceptable ways. Common topics include animals, dolls, celebrities, literature, fictional characters, and even psychology. Although your interests may be seen as usual for your gender and age, it's the intensity of the interest that makes it an autistic special interest. When you engage with your interest, do you hyper-focus for hours and completely lose track of time? Do you arrange or line up objects of interest and feel like you're in another world, completely unaware of your surroundings? Do you memorize details to the level of a professor? Number 3, you internalize. Girls and women with autism tend to be prone to internalizing disorders. Compared to the average male counterpart, you're more likely to react to difficult emotions by turning inwards to an unhealthy degree. You might be reinterpreting every situation so that you're to blame and something's always wrong with you. When you experience confusion, you think, I don't get it, rather than, that doesn't make sense. When you experience frustration, you think, I'm so bad at this, rather than, this is so difficult. When you have conflicts with others, you think, I'm always saying the wrong thing, rather than, this person always overreacts. You might even punish yourself by cutting or starving yourself to deal with emotional difficulties. Please note that internalizing can be part of other psychological conditions like depression and is not necessarily a sign of autism itself. However, there is a strong connection between autism in women and internalizing disorders like depression. Do you feel like your masking, interests, or lack of connection have worn down your feelings of self-worth? Number 4, you mimic the personalities of others. Girls and women with autism tend to have more effective strategies for camouflaging or masking their behavior. Girls and women might be better able to overcome a lack of social understanding by cloning the personality of someone more popular. This strategy involves intensely studying, memorizing, and mimicking a fictional character or another person in your life. You blindly imitate the clothing style, mannerisms, speech patterns, and catchphrases because it helps you fit in. However, this technique is not perfect, as others might catch on that you're repeating the same lines or failing to adjust your behavior to match different situations. Those who use this strategy report that they are always exhausted and have the constant feeling that they're imposters, with no real personality or identity. Do you feel like you have to strategically mimic someone else just to connect with others? And number 5, people take advantage of you. Girls and women with autism tend to feel more vulnerable compared to their peers, being likely to hyper-focus all their energy on a single best friend, only to be betrayed by surprise. and again, and again, and again. When others approach with a friendly face, the signs of ulterior motives are too subtle. They often report a strange paradox where they're very paranoid but also very unsuspecting at the same time. Have your friends regularly broken your trust? Are you always the target of obvious tricks and pranks from your closest allies? Have you been perplexed when others extended their affection to you only to act cruel all of a sudden? Unfortunately, bullying and betrayal happen to a lot of people, but autistic girls and women are frequently targeted for their differences and may not realize until it's too late. So did you relate to any of the signs discussed in this video? Let us know in the comments how we can better represent those on the autism spectrum, and consider sharing this video with someone who may learn from the material. The studies and references used are listed in the description below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell icon for more videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.